Hello, my name is Christina Ramos and welcome to another edition of Beach News. Our top stories include robots fighting to the death, an Indian cultural dance show, and local drift racing. But first, ASI candidates for president and treasurer are now facing a runoff election. Joanne Tucker has more on the story. There's going to be a runoff for president.
Runoff elections began Tuesday between ASI presidential candidates Avis Atkins and Chris Chavez. Atkins received 38% of the votes and Chavez 34% in last week's election. Treasurer candidates Marilee Danila and James Quing are also in a runoff election. In the initial vote, Danila received 48% of the votes, with Quing behind her at 28%. Students are able to vote for the presidential and treasurer positions via an online poll. The election ends Thursday and winners will be announced Friday. Omar Gonzalez was elected as vice president. All positions were filled for college representatives in the ASI Senate and USU Board of Trustees. Nearly 11% of the student population voted in last week's ASI election. That represents a decrease of about 700 students compared to last year. Reporting for Beach News, this is Joanne Tucker.
University Police held their second annual community outreach event on Tuesday. The event promoted different programs offered by the police department, including its escort service and women's self-defense class.
I think the turnout's been outstanding. We probably had a good 1,200 to 1,300 visitors.
Students in attendance received free food and a chance to win membership at Frog's Gym, along with other prizes. Speaking of campus events, the Indian Student Association showed off some traditional dance moves. The event was held at the Southwest Terrace. It was part of the organization's effort to create awareness of Indian culture. A fight to the death match involving robots, fire, and saw blades, well, that's what a couple of engineering technology students are preparing for this week. Their 120-pound robot named Sharktooth will be competing against other robots at the Battlebot's Collegiate Championship. The goal is to be the last machine standing. The championship will be televised on ESPN2 and ESPNU. Drivers burned some rubber at the Formula Drift Racing event in downtown Long Beach. Erica McClarity has more on the story.
Speed, angle, and lots of smoke, all while trying not to crash. That's drift racing, and it's here in the streets of Long Beach. Thousands of fans come and watch for different reasons.
Favorite thing about drift racing is the extreme angles and the speeds that they're engaging them at. It's pretty fun to watch.
The smoke and the tire smell, it's beautiful.
Fans also got a chance to cruise through a car show and get an up-close look at artwork, engines, and body modifications. Car models were in the middle of it all. Admirers waited in line just to get a picture with their favorite model. Drivers from all around the world come to compete and show off their rides.
The car I drive is the Drift Speed S14. It's a Nissan 240SX. We have the Japanese motor. It makes about 400 horsepower. On high boost, it makes about 500 horsepower.
We are driving a Pontiac Solstice because Pontiac and GM gave us some support with the car. The Gardella Racing crew, built it up into a 100% race-bred car for drifting, and it's truly amazing. The best car I've ever driven.
While most tracks have runoff room, the Long Beach course does not. The only other option? Crashing into a wall.
There is no room for error today. With the high-speed entry and tight spacing, this is what makes drifting on the streets of Long Beach one of the most exciting events of the year. Reporting for Beach News, I'm Erica McClarity.
And that's it for this week's edition of Beach News. Please join us again next week as we give you coverage on the daily 49ers top stories. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Christina Ramos.